Now let's look at the code. Open your MetaTrader 5. Click on this button here, this book icon with the number 5 on it, and that will lead to your meta editor. Open this file, black algo basic template 1. You should put it under the experts folder. So right click on this experts folder, click open folder, and you can see the location of this folder and whatever that is in it. So put it inside here, or you can put it in a subfolder inside your experts folder. As for me, I place my files under Lucas E8. You will have less than what I have, but don't worry, you will get these other files later. When you're here, you will see this. Double click on black algo basic template 1. If you are still confused on what are experts, indicators, scripts, libraries, etc., don't worry about that. We will talk about that in later chapters. This looks complicated, but once you get to know it, it really isn't that complicated. So let's break it down. Everything from the first line until the line before on init. Recognize this? On init. Everything from here to the top. This is our setup portion. So we include all our administrative materials and other essentials here. We have labeling. We have this weird line here. This line gets code from other places. And we have variables here. What are variables? Don't worry, next chapter we will talk about that. So in this lecture, we are not going to go into details, just an overview. These are the materials that are needed, the content that are needed for us to set up our trading robot. Next, on init. Everything within these two curly braces is our on init. So this part will be run one time at the start when our trading robot is executed. Then remember what we said, it skips on dinit and jumps to on tick. So this whole part from this opening curly brace all the way to the end is our on tick. This is where the real magic happens. So where do we start analyzing this portion? Where do we start? How do we start understanding this? As a rule of thumb, always start from the line that fires the trade. In MT4, that's rather straightforward. We look for order send. But now we are using MT5. We are looking at MQL5. There are three main ways to fire an order. So what I want you to do is to click Ctrl F, look for order send. This is the first way. If you can't find it, it means that order send was not the method that was used to fire an order. Do take notes, write this down. Second way, position open. Search, voila, we found it. This is the line that fires an order. There's one more method to fire an order. It's called buy. This method is called buy or sell. So let's try buy. However, it is difficult to search using buy because the word buy is in many other things. So I'll suggest we search the whole word only, buy. We can't do that as well because we have the word buy everywhere. In any case, the third method will look like this. something dot buy. We will not be using that, and you'll probably not see that in many trading robots, so we will not go into detail about that. But just take note, the 3 ways to fire an order: order send, position open, and buy or sell. Let's focus on method 2, position open. So this line opens a trade. How do we close a trade? Position close. Yep, you see it here, position close. So this line closes a trade. And that is essentially one of the main takeaway of this lecture. So the way I like to analyze this, we go to position open first. Alright, so in this area, we are firing a buy order of the current symbol of a certain amount of lots, and we have other details here like the price where we open the order, stop loss and take profit levels, etc. Don't need to memorize this for now. Don't even have to understand exactly what's happening. Just know that this line fires an order. So when does this line run? Does it run on every tick? Do we fire an order on every tick? Of course we don't. So we need to look up to see when does it fire. These 2 lines are used to calculate stop loss and take profit. Let's skip that, look up, and here. If this happens, if this value is less than this and this value is more than equals to this, then look at this curly brace. Everything within this curly brace will run. So our entry rule is essentially this. If this is true, calculate stop loss and take profit, fire an order, and this part checks if there was any error. If there is an error, then the buy order request could not be completed. Let me change this. Entry did not occur. So this is your entries portion. There is one more line above our entry rule. This line says that if we have no open position, so that means that if we already have a position, we can't open a second one.